To this the rugged herdsman answered, "Ay, that I can tell you. It is briefly told. Laertes lives, but daily in his hall prays for the end of life and soul's delivery, heartbroken as he is for a son long gone, and for his lady. Sorrow when she died aged and enfeebled him like a green tree stricken, but pining for her son, her brilliant son, wore out her life. Would God no death so sad might come to benefactors dear as she. I loved always to ask and hear about her while she lived, although she lived in sorrow. For she had brought me up with her own daughter, Princess Ctymene, her youngest child. We were alike in age and nursed as equals nearly, till in the flower of our years they gave her, married her, to a Samian prince, taking his many gifts. For my own portion her mother gave new clothing, cloak and sandals, and sent me to the woodland. Well she loved me. Ah, how I miss that family. It is true the blissful gods prosper my work. I have meat and drink to spare for those I prize. But so removed I am, I have no speech with my sweet mistress, now that evil days and overbearing men darken her house. Tenants all hanker for good talk and gossip around their lady, and a snack in hall, a cup or two before they take the road to their home acres, each one bearing home some gift to cheer his heart. The great tactician answered, "You were still a child, I see, when exiled somehow from your parents' land. Tell me, had it been sacked in war, the city of spacious ways, in which they made their home, your father and your gentle mother? Or were you kidnapped alone, brought here by sea, huddled with sheep in some foul pirate squadron, to this landowner's hall? He paid your ransom?" The master of the woodland answered, "Friend, now that you show an interest in that matter, attend me quietly, be at your ease, and drink your wine. These autumn nights are long, ample for storytelling and for sleep. You need not go to bed before the hour. Sleeping from dusk to dawn's a dull affair. Let any other here who wishes, though, retire to rest. At daybreak let him breakfast and take the king's own swine into the wilderness. Here's a tight roof. We'll drink on, you and I, and ease our hearts of hardships we remember, sharing old times. In later days a man can find a charm in old adversity, exile and pain. As to your question now, a certain island, Syrii by name, you may have heard the name, lies off Ortygia, due west, and holds the sunsets of the year. Not very populous, but good for grazing sheep and kine, rich too in wine and grain. No dearth is ever known there, no disease, wars on the folk, of ills that plague mankind. But when the townsmen reach old age, Apollo with his long bow of silver comes, and Artemis showering arrows of mild death. 2 towns divide the farmlands of that whole domain, and both were ruled by Ctesias, my father, Ormenus' heir, and a great godlike man. Now one day some of those renowned seafaring men, sea dogs, Phoenicians, came ashore with bags of gods for trading. Father had in our household a woman of Phoenicia, a handsome one and highly skilled. Well, she gave in to the seductions of those rovers. One of them found her washing near the mooring, and lay with her, making such love to her as women in their frailty are confused by, even the best of them. In due course then, he asked her who she was and where she hailed from, and nodding toward my father's roof, she said, I am of Sidon town, smithy of bronze for all the East, Arubas Pasha's daughter. Taphian pirates caught me in a byway and sold me into slavery overseas in this man's home. He could afford my ransom. The sailor who had lain with her replied, Why not ship out with us on the run homeward and see your father's high-roofed hall again, your father and your mother, still in Sidon and still rich, they are said to be. She answered, It could be done that, if you sailors take oath, I'll be given passage home unharmed. Well, soon she had them swearing it all pat, as she desired, repeating every syllable, whereupon she warned them, Not a word about our meeting here. Never call out to me when any of you see me in the lane or at the well. Some visitor might bear tales to the old man. If he guessed the truth, I'd be chained up. Your lives would be in peril. No, keep it secret. Hurry with your peddling, and when your hold is filled with livestock, send a message to me at the manor hall. Gold I'll bring, whatever comes to hand, and something else too as my passage fee. The master's child, my charge, a boy so high, bright for his age, he runs with me on errands. I'd take him with me happily. His price would be I know not what in the sale abroad.